We are live at AUVSI Exponential here in Orlando, Florida. I've got with us Dawn Berchoff, CEO of TruWeather Solutions, and they just had an incredible demo outside. Dawn, tell us a little bit about what we saw, because everybody, we're going to roll film on this and you will get to see the drone in action. So tell us what we're going to see here.
Well, what we're doing here at the demo at the expedition is show how winds can change in height over a couple hundred feet. Yesterday, we flew the drone. We had 5 knots or 8 knots of wind at the surface at 225 knots. And our models don't handle that very well. So people are getting surprised now when they fly BV loss and they're using more battery power and not able to finish their mission. So you're going to see the drone go up today and collect its data in real time. This is the best weather instrumented drone in the world. It'll be out at Grand Forks operationally starting in October.
All right. And there's a command post or a command center that we'll also see. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so basically you're going to be looking at the ground control station. What's happening is the data is being collected in real time. It's being transmitted to the ground control station, and then that data then can be transferred out online back to the cloud, so we can get that data out to the rest of the world in near real time. It won't be perfectly real, but close. You'll see the wind going up in height. You'll see the temperature dropping in height. You'll see the height of the drone going up and down. It usually 1 meter per second in height today.
All right, so we're going to roll now. So there will be some silence as you see the video. 2 different clips, and then we'll come back a second. All right, video number 2.
Dawn was very specific about getting the miles per second.
All right, tell us what we saw there.
So that drone, we only took a little snippet, so it only probably went up a couple, 10 that snippet. But on the left side, you saw the winds in knots, 10.7. Yesterday, we watched the winds. They were running about 9 knots at the and at 200 feet, they were up to 25 knots, which means the winds I was shocked at the forecast, and I used my own experience, and I expected maybe 10 knots, 15 knots. We had 25 knots, and it just shows you, if you're going to fly BV loss and you're planning on a 9-knot wind, it means you're going to have 2.5 times stronger winds aloft. That's going to be more battery power usage. Wow. This is really critical, because if you stop, if you get up there and you can't finish the mission, you're going to have to come back, redo it again another day. You have people out there flying. You're spending time on paying people. What we're trying to do is really demonstrate not just the safety aspect of it, but the importance of having micro weather for your operational effectiveness and the profitability of your company, because you're wasting money when you're flying and you're not getting the mission done.
Absolutely. So, Dawn, you mentioned that you're going to be in Grand Sky, North Dakota. By the way, everybody, article about this, it was in UAS Vision, I believe. You're also partnering with Iris, but the Grand Sky piece is out there. Also, check out my website, P3 Tech Consulting. I post all of these articles up. What's the significance of partnering with Grand Sky in North Dakota later this year?
So that drone that you saw I know it seems like a regular looking drone to you. It's pristine engineering. You just can't put any weather sensors on any drone, because you have backwash from the rotors, you have heat. All that data gets contaminated. What this drone has done is it's been built specifically to fly that mission. It's been built by Swiss engineers and scientists, and it's had 3,500 visual line of sight hours already.
Wow. It's
in Switzerland. It's flying in 9 locations. The meteorological department of Switzerland approved it and likes it because it improves forecasting. So that's a really good drone. I want to make that one.
Give us the name.
Meteodrone.
The Meteodrone.
Meteodrone. So that drone is going to be the first to be deployed in North America on a regular basis starting in October at Grand Forks. So why Grand Forks? That drone can also take icing. The biggest challenge drones have, especially Reapers and Predators in the military, is icing.
Well, especially in North Dakota.
Right. And I'm talking about even at up to 20,000 feet. So our model day over forecast icing. They wind up grounding these larger drones 30% of the time. I believe with the Meteodrone, we'll be able to fly it up to 17,000 feet. We'll be able to detect if icing is really existing in those clouds, not just a forecast. And I think we'll get back 30% of the lost flight time for them. And so the ROI is immense, because if you can get back, once you're losing, that's money in the bank. And so we're demonstrating that, and that thing's going to be flying in October on a regular scheduled basis. And Grand Sky is sponsoring. They're funding it with some other folks, and we're going to be rolling out Dakota Weather Service at 1 kilometer resolution.
Wow.
That data is going to be getting into a model on the eastern part of in North Dakota, and we'll be the forecast too over the eastern part of the state, and also running a higher resolution model out to Williston and Waterford, where they have a lot of drone activity right now, and really trying to improve the micro weather.
Well, look, we know, Don, that North Dakota is a leader in drone use, and with the Vantis, right? The Northern Plains UAS test site. And I'm really excited about the UAS Summit and Expo that's going to occur there in October. I know we're going to have a big splash about this launch of this drone. Really excited about that. So thank you so much. By the way, article in Forbes.com about Grand Sky if you want to learn a little bit more about what they're doing. And of course, Dawn and TruWeather sponsored the Dawn of Drones podcast for the month of April, which we are now, I guess, coming to a close for our technology, our leadership month, thought leadership month. So anyway, check out those replays on demand. We had Dawn very first person of the year. So some great commentary also in the chat. So I want to give a shout out to my buddy Don Upson coming to us. We met Don and we worked at Edge 22. Everybody, we're so excited about Edge 2023. Don is coverage by Dawn Zoldi at the UAV show in Orlando. And we got Jonathan Songer out there talking about some unfortunate experience with icing and MQ1s, MQ9s downrange. And if this can be partnered with continental States training sites, we can increase student throughput and including downrange. And so that's on the military side.
And we're working with Grand Forks Air Force Base. We also have an AFWorks project we're working for at standoff distances. I love with you. We're figuring out how to launch this drone in restricted airspace, and that's the beauty. So if these training sites are restricted airspace, we can find a way, I believe, to get these up and get the waivers required and the approval. So love to talk to you about your idea and work with you and figure out how we can work that together.
And this is all part of Don's larger plan to have, to fill that data desert that's out there for low altitude microclimate information. So Don, by the way, is here. If you're in Orlando, join us at the Genius New York Pavilion. Is here with a whole bunch of other folks from New York with their exhibition.
Yeah, Genius New York, actually, Tech Art in Syracuse is somebody who supported us back in 2008, gave us some seed money, and this is where we are right now. So I like to hang out with my New York friends. We're working in Virginia, we're working in North Dakota, so great programs startup, right? And you're in the drone industry. New York application once a year. They have a big program up to $1 million. It's I didn't get $1 million, but we came in third place. So.
There you go. Very, very good. And if you're around, we're actually in booth 1954. Oh, sorry. We're in booth 1154. P3 Consulting, Dawn of Drones. I've got some swag out there, so check us out. By the way, other fun fact: 3 p.m. today, I'm doing a book signing in box for my book with Unmanned Safety Institute called Unmanned Aircraft Systems, Legal and Business Consideration for the Industry. So if you're here, get the book. Last year, I actually wrote it last year and it finally got printed. So of course you're going to buy it. So anyway, that's it. And Don, do you have any closing comments?
No, I'm just going to say this is a great expo this year. It's been 2 full-fledged expo energy. now. Finally, because they're flying enough. Say, oh, we understand the problem.
Weather summit yesterday. Workshop.
Yes, there was a here, and unfortunately, I had to. Obviously, you know.
There's Nick Expo. Join us in and we will workshop.
Knows her law. That's all I'm going to say. Stuff. She plain speak, so come out. Thanks.
Wrote down any before we
No,
go.
thank you. It's always.
All right. See y'all out here.